Hello and welcome to Akshu's Kitchen. Today you'll see how to prepare chicken stuffed bread roll, for which we will need the following ingredients. 500 grams of strong white flour or bread flour. You can also use a plain flour or maida. 6 grams of salt, 7 grams of yeast, 40 grams of unsalted butter and 2 tablespoons, that is approximately 15 grams of sugar. First I'm going to add the flour in a bowl, and along with this I'm going to add the salt, yeast, the sugar, and I'm going to mix all these dry ingredients well, and then I'm going to add the butter which I have melted it in the microwave for a minute, and I'm going to mix all these ingredients well together with the butter, and finally I'm going to add about 250 ml of warm water. Make sure you do not overheat it, it will kill the yeast, and if it's not warm, if it is a little bit cold, it will not activate the yeast. And I'm going to knead this into a smooth dough for about 10 to 12 minutes, and now you can see it's all combined well. Form it into a proper round shaped dough and put it in the bowl again, and I am going to cover it with a damp kitchen towel and put it in a warm place to ferment so that it doubles in size. It takes about an hour in a warm place, and if you are in a cold area, put it near the heater. And for the stuffing we will need the following ingredients: 200 grams of chicken breast fillets cut into very small pieces, 2 medium sized onion finely chopped, some freshly chopped coriander leaves, 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of curry masala powder and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin powder, that is jeera powder. First, in a pan I am going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of oil, and when it is hot I am going to add the onions and fry it just for 10 to 15 seconds, and immediately I am going to add the 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste and then the chicken which I have cut into very small bite-sized pieces. So here I forgot to add the ginger and garlic paste. I'm adding it in the later stage, but you make sure you add it between the onions and the chicken. Now you can see the chicken has got cooked well. It has changed from pink color to white color, but still it needs a little more cooking. You have to cook it until the moisture oozed out from the chicken is dried up. Now you can see these are the moisture oozed out from the chicken. So make sure you dry up all these moisture and you get a dry mixture. So at this stage you can see the oil has started to ooze out and the mixture is very dry. At this stage I am going to add all the spices, the salt, chili powder, curry masala powder and the jeera powder, and I am also adding about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder, which I have not mentioned in the ingredients list. And to give a bright color I am adding a pinch of red food color, so it gives a very colorful effect to the stuffing. And now the stuffing is almost ready. Finally throw in the chopped coriander leaves, give it a final mix, and the stuffing is ready. So make sure you put it in another bowl and you bring it to room temperature before stuffing. So now coming back to our dough, it has fermented well and doubled in size. So I'm going to punch it back to its original size and keep it ready for rolling it out. So in the worktop I'm going to sprinkle some flour and I'm going to knead the dough for about a minute or two and keep it ready aside. Next I'm going to take a small portion of the dough and I'm going to roll it into a round shaped ball, into a smooth ball, and roll it into a elongated shaped puri. So you need not roll it into a round shape, but I need an elongated shape, so I am going to pull it first into oval shape and then keep on rolling in the shape so that you get an elongated oval shaped, and keep it aside. So I'm going to prepare more similar ones like this and keep it ready. Now I'm going to stuff the prepared stuffings inside this. It's all cooled down now, so just put some stuffing in between the rolled out dough, leaving some space at the edges to cover them. Now I have divided the mixture into 4 elongated shapes and I have left about half an inch at the edges, and now I'm going to close it from one edge. So just start from one edge and seal it to the other side until you reach the other edge like this. So make sure it does not open up, so pull it out from the surface and seal it well properly. I'm going to repeat the same process with the remaining as well and keep all of them ready, and I'm going to cut it with a knife into small pieces about 1.5 inches in size. So continue it until you are done with all of them, and then prepare a roasting tray by greasing it with some oil, and I am going to place these pieces one by one. So you can form it in clusters of either 4, 6 or 8 according to the size of your roasting tray. Don't use a baking tray, use a roasting tray. So here I'm using clusters of 8. So seal all of them properly and leave some space at the edges because it will rise up again. So I have used 3 batches of 8 clusters. So according to the size, you can use either 4 or 6, any size of your choice. Cover it with a cling film and put it in a warm place to ferment. Now you can see it is doubled in size and ready to go into the oven. Bake it at 150 degrees for about 20 minutes or until the top gets golden brown in color, and you can see chicken stuffed bread roll is ready. If all of them has sticken together, don't worry, we have squeezed 8 in one batch, so the 8 will come out very smoothly. It will not stick to the other batch. And now it's ready. To top it, I'm going to use red onions, to which I'm going to add a tablespoon of mayo or a tablespoon of whipped cream and mix them together. Either mayo or whipped cream, both gives the same taste, and you can see it's all combined well. I'm going to place it in the middle of the bread roll from top to bottom, and chicken stuffed bread roll is ready. Try it and you'll really like it. Thank you for watching Akshu's Kitchen.